What's up, everybody? Black Dragon Squad here, coming to you for a quick, small little video. I just want to let you know that, obviously I came back from the Jurassic World live show and on Thursday, and you probably, if you haven't checked out the videos, make sure you check them out on my video playlist and stuff of the live show. It was really cool. It was really amazing. Want to let you know, today is like Sunday, November 24th, and Konami was throwing a little, charity event, right, for, canned goods or whatever. So, like, you bring 5 canned goods, and we would have, like, 5 rounds, and, that was, like, your tournament entry. And it was awesome. There was about like 30 people there, and I had a great time. My friend had off. I asked off for work, so I could be a part of this event and to donate to a lot of canned goods to charity and to enter this tournament. And they were giving out these Astro Packs, which is a character from Yu-Gi-Oh! Saxel. Konami was giving them out, I guess, for a special event today. And the very first pack was like a Astro Pack 2, I think it was, maybe, or something. It was like the green pack, and the first thing I pulled was an Alti. I opened it up, I was like, are all these cards supposed to be foiled, and did I just like get a cheap Alti? No. I got this like, I don't know why I can't remember its name, or the archetype. Forgive me for this, but it was like a water type, and it was like those Atlantis creatures where like they were riding the seahorse and stuff, whatever. I'm like thinking in my head, and everybody was around me, and like the local store manager, bar owner was there. Everybody was like, "Oh man, that's like $60 to $70 card." I'm like, what? And it was like just the first pack and card I saw, dude. It was like, I was like, yes, man, it was so amazing. And I was playing my Red Eyes God Dragon, I don't know, what do you want to call it? I just call it Red Eyes deck, my main Red Eyes deck. And the duels went really well. I'm very satisfied because this deck seen really competitive play today for Red Eyes deck, as of this moment. And yeah, it was like the first round I went against Rockets, and he had Sayuja and Darkness Metal and the God Dragons, and he had B-Cob and everything, the same things that I was running in my deck. I was like, oh man, this duel is so our decks are so similar, but mine's built around Red Eyes and stuff a little bit, and his is built around Rockets. So his was definitely a little bit more consistent than mine, but the first round, I destroyed him. I don't exactly remember, because there was so much that was happening today. But yeah, I beat him in the first round, and then the second and third round of the match was really close. But I ended up still losing, because it was just so similar, and he had a little bit more than I could do. It was like all day today, I wasn't using any of my synchros, and I wasn't even using God Dragon World Legacy Chalice's effect. And like, I know these cards, but this is so much to do with this deck, it's insane, and I kept forgetting to use that, but like, that was throughout the whole day. But anyway, he was using Borlo Savage on me, which I have in the deck. I'm trying to figure out how to go to Borlo Savage and stuff still. So that was what killed me round 2 and 3. So yes, I was able to do a lot more stuff that was giving me the upper hand, but he ended up putting up some things however when, and just ended up beating me 2 and 3. But anyway, that was round 1. And we were there, and they put on the Philadelphia Eagles game because we're from Pennsylvania. The Eagles are locals. That's not my favorite team, by all means. But we were watching football there, and they had the big TV. We were all just having fun. They had like small little magic group at the back. They were serving ham and They had food there and everything for everybody. I mean, it was just a great tournament, man. It was a great day. I mean, just a bunch of us Yu-Gi-Oh people and the store people, and it was amazing, man. I mean, we have such an awesome logos here and stuff, and I give them really credit. But it was just awesome. And then like the second round match I had was what was the second match I had? It was trying to think. Oh, I was going against some kind of like I forget what it even was, man. Like the guy was like wanting like Gary he featured on this channel for his True Draco deck. He was doing something and he was going into Jack's Knight, Queen's Knight, and King's Knight, and I ended up like stealing his King's Knight with Fang with Chain, and then he still summoned the Jack's Knight and then went into like fusion. That there was, I guess, a fusion of all three he was going to go into, but then instead he played like the first of the dragons. He's like, this card cannot be destroyed by battle except by a normal monster. And then he's like, oh crap, he looked at my board. And he totally forgot that, like, I have, like, Sayuja on there. I got, like, Overload, Boilload, I mean, you know what I mean, Boilload Dragon, the Link. And, like, I had, like, something else on the board, and I had the Red Eyes Black Dragon on there, and that's when he was like, oh crap, like, as he was reading that, because he forgot I actually was playing normal monsters because it's Red Eyes, and he had 4,800 attack because I used it with, alternative Black Dragon. But, like I said, today's tournament was just so crazy, it was so competitive, and it was so back and forth matches, and they were so good, and even though I was losing, I did win the second match, but, like, Red Eyes I've never seen do this good against, like, meta and everything. I mean, for a while we had Solomon Grades and all kinds of crazy shit and stuff, excuse my language, crazy stuff going on, but now, like, there's a little bit more of a balance in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, and I've never seen Red Eyes do as good as this deck has so far. I won that match. The third match I went against Dell and his Cyber Dragons. And round one lasted till the very end of the clock. And that's when it ended. Not because of time ran out, but that's literally when we finished the duel because of loss of life points and everything. Because it was so back and forth between me and him, we were just going at it. And I had him for the longest time. I had the higher life points the whole time. And then I got stuck in a way where I couldn't do much, and I just kept summoning Tempest over and over again because I had that many things in my grave and stuff because of my combos. And then he ended up winning. And there was a moment when he negated, and I could have destroyed his Infinity with Tempest, and I didn't realize it. But he kept saying I should have won that. I was thinking that too because this is the way the match is going, but it was what it was. So I lost to Cyber Dragons, but it was like one of those things where I probably should have won that one. And then round 4, I went against Gabe, who this one kid who was like the first, he got first place at Philadelphia Regionals not too long ago and stuff. And I plan on getting more deck profiles from a lot of people from Del Me In and some stuff. I tried to record somebody else's hero deck, and I apologize because my camera sadly didn't record it, because I guess it just didn't have the memory or something. It was a really good deck profile though. Someday I'm gonna try to get it again and stuff and see what I can do, but you know, I will be uploading one soon. I'm going to be uploading my Red Eyes video probably tomorrow and everything, so you guys can see what it is that I'm playing and everything. But besides that, so he like I said, he's like first place Dragon Duelist in Philly, and he was playing like there can only be one and some crazy combo stuff with traps and everything, and I just couldn't get around it because it's not that I don't have Red Bee and everything like that, and Naboo and stuff sided out of my deck, which Naboo wouldn't have helped anyway, which I do. It's just that in just the time the whole match and everything went, he had so much stuff that just locked me in. So there's no way I was going to win that one. And not every deck is going to beat everything. And then it was like finally round 5, I was going against Photon Galaxies. And I guess he was just playing pale Photon Galaxies, because he had like all the Soldier Knights and stuff and everything. And he had the two links and all the XCs and stuff, and that was pretty crazy. And I opened up, and like for the first round, what surprised me was I couldn't do anything except play Pale Red Eyes. An alternative Black Dragon, if I didn't have that in my deck, it actually helped me stay alive because of its special summoning effect from Black Dragon from Graveyard and bring it back to being an overpowered beat stick. That saved me yet again. Red Eye's alternative is actually really good. It has done so much in competitive play that you gotta learn how to play Red Eyes right and abuse it and use the Red Eye and Graveyard and everything right. And I do plan, like I said, on doing deck review, and I will be showcasing some duels. Casual duels. I just didn't want to record. I don't want to record any from the tournament, especially today, because it was just, an enjoyment thing. But I will be doing some duels and doing a lot of the stuff so you guys what the deck can do. But I'm sorry for going back and forth between different things, but this is like a lot of things on my mind about today. I just want to tell you guys about it because I like sharing my experience with you and trying to help you guys out. And this is what this channel is just to give you guys entertainment and try to help you out and stuff. That's the reason why I do this in the first place. I can just do pack openings and stuff, but I go forward to try to do more just for you guys, if it helps. But I was playing Pale Red Eyes the whole time. And then there was finally a point when I actually got a card that I was able to do low-level monster stuff and not just play Pale Red Eyes and actually get my combos off. And that helped me tremendously that I actually beat him round 1. Round 2, I had the whole game set again for me. But I ended up just trying different things. Because like I said, I was trying really hard. I got Wiser, Boilo Savage, and one other single. I have to look at it. And like this is like the first time I've been really competitive and really good at Yu-Gi-Oh! To win a bunch of matches, or like I should have won. I just didn't. I very much well could have and just didn't. But I know for a fact that like I could have won a lot of these matches today. Just depending on how every situation went, and it always depends on what you do and the strategies and your thoughts and everything about how the game goes. There is a skill that comes to this game. But I was good competitively, winning 2 matches, 3 matches, whatever, before Lynx, and then when Lynx came out, it was a problem for me for a while. And, this is like, I've always been into Yu-Gi-Oh! That's always been a big thing in my life. It's just for the longest time, I never really put the money into the game to try to be so competitive with the whole new format. But I'm there now, and starting it off with my main favorite cards because, Red Eyes is my thing. So I want to do that before I start off with anything else. But round 2, I had him the whole time. But I was trying to do things with my links and stuff and cards to just try to go into, try to get into Boilo Savage and everything, because I was in a position where I had to try to get a high attack position once on the field and stuff to try to take more control. And I could have done other things, but I just decided to try to go with the whole single thing, and I ended up realizing I locked myself out on the board. But you really don't want to do that. That was like one of the worst moments I've had. So, But I was telling him as I was making the play before I even made it, like, I'm going to try something new here because, why not? Because I was like, I actually am winning. I won the first round. I'm actually winning this, and I figured I could pretty much win at that point, and then I messed myself up, and he took control and won. I was like, well, that's fine, because I was very confident in myself and my deck that I knew that I could very much well beat him, because I even had that round 2 set in stone for me. And then I just thought, okay, so I just did do something that I knew I shouldn't have done, but I did anyway to see what I could do in that moment. So, you take your chances to try to learn and to keep moving forward. I'm not trying to be that competitive at locals. I don't care. I'm trying to do this so I can set myself up for regional stuff in the future and to grow. Round 3 happened, and then he opened up with like 2 XCs and opened up with 1 XC, and then he did something that where it was like you summon an XC monster, and that you choose 2 XC monsters, and the one becomes the material, and the other one you summon. The one of them you summon, the other one becomes the material to that. And that was the first time you put the Titanic Galaxy on the board, because I was wondering the whole time, you wait until round 3 to go into Titanic Galaxy. So I knew he had to have it, and that was the one that really scared me the most, because I know everything that it does. And then I look at my hand, I had like 3 high-level monsters and something else and Psionic Mining. And I was like, yeah, he's going to steal my Psionic Mining, and that's going to be game. Because I literally thought I more or less had a chance to beat him in round 3. But I kind of bricked. And then he had Titanic Galaxy. And so, like, I knew that. And that was, like, the whole thing I was waiting for happen. So, my deck was definitely more superior than at least 2 decks I played against today, because it was more superior than the Photon Galaxy. But just the way things happened, I just basically didn't win that. So I only won 1 match, but I most definitely, as they said, Red Eyes has the potential. It's not supposed to be over crazy. It's not going to win all the time, and it's not going to lose all the time. You just have to be a really good expert at really trying to master a certain archetype and do some things, and you have to try to do that as the game changes all the time. And that was the biggest problem for me, because I always focus on Red Eyes first before anything else, and that's just really hard to do. But I finally got to that spice point that I've been wanting to do, and very soon I can see myself winning 3 matches, just the way everything went today. Because I had beat Sky Striker with Cyber Dragons and stuff. I had beat True Drago, and it was True Drago was what I played against today that I lost against the Dragon Duelist. It was True Drago with a combination of just a bunch of stupid stuff. So yeah, that was I don't think Red Eyes is one to beat that. It was Cyber Dragon's deck that I had. Without playing Immunancy, I didn't have Immunancy, I didn't have Impermanence, I had nothing. I was wanting Swords of Revealing Light, and I beat Sky Striker, Necroz's, and True Dragos. Now, everybody builds the decks differently. Some can be bad, some can be really overpowered. But considering the fact that the consistency those decks have in general, you can build them a number of different ways. While Cyber Dragons you can, obviously. And I was telling my friend that, because it's the same thing with Red Eyes, it's one of the most hardest things to figure out. But, just because you beat a certain archetype, it doesn't mean that the deck's really good because it's a meta deck. It's just because somebody might have been playing it really bad, or the deck itself is just bad, that they build. But you never know. Like, I was playing against this one guy who was playing Sky Strikers in a tournament, not too long ago, maybe last month, or, no, 2 months ago. It was the time the Ghost Sarcophagus the Ghost Sarcophagus officially came out. The day it came out, I got the Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. I was playing Blue Eyes that night because I was just playing pure Blue Eyes because I didn't really have anything else I could play at the time, because I didn't even have my Red Eyes meta, or competitive deck, I would say. Red Eyes meta, because that's as close as you could possibly get at this specific moment in time. But and people were saying Red Eyes is scary, dude, and it is. Red Eyes is scary when you do certain things with it. But when I was playing with Blue Eyes, I was going against one of Dilmian's top Yu-Gi-Oh competitors, who was playing Sky Strikers, and he has the best Sky Striker deck there. And yeah, I'm trying to remember how it went. I don't even think I beat him in a round. I don't think I beat him in a round with the Blue Eyes deck. Or I may have. I may have won one round, and he may have won another round. And then it just came. No, I think he beat me both rounds. I don't think I beat him in a round. I think he beat me round 1, and then it was round 2. It was really close. I don't know how to explain it. Like, in Yu-Gi-Oh, the way the games play is so incredible and amazing. The game was really close the whole time, and I did stuff to get myself to have 3 Blue Eyes to go into the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon on the day the Ghost Sarcophagus came out. And I summoned it, and he was scared, because it was the first day it came out, and I summoned it, and it was like that epic moment when, you're just, like, the world's gonna flip, and like epic music is just gonna play and everything, because you just summoned such a crazy brand new creature that's just never anybody's seen before, and it being Blue Eyes, that was like the moment. And I was ready to attack him and everything, which I did, and I was ready to control, because he thought he was about to actually lose to that. So, in the first round, I remember, like, just the whole match, I was giving him a run for his money with pale Blue Eyes, dude. And this is just running all the spellcasters and just like Blue Eyes Alternative and stuff without any rituals and everything, It's nothing crazy. And it was just working. It was definitely working. And he just ended up beating me still, even when I had that alternative Ultimate Dragon, because when it went to his turn, he butchered a play. He had to butcher a play because it's the only last thing that he can do. And he didn't really know if he could do it. But then he figured it out the moment he was looking at it. He was able to get enough things on the board to make Borload Dragon the link, and to just attack and steal my alternative Ultimate Dragon. And then I lost that way. So, yes, I do lose a lot. But I am playing classic Blue Eyes and Red Eyes in the most craziest ways I possibly can for classic Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And like I said, there's a few things I need to look at. Like, I'm running Red Eyes Baby Dragon in my deck, but instead of that, I feel like wanting the Red Eyes Wyvern, because you can use that with Tempest. You can use 2 different effects. At least the one really helps in that scenario. And if you have the Red Eyes Wyvern in your graveyard, which you wanted, that if you didn't normal summon that time, you just kept on doing a bunch of special summons, then you can special summon the Red Eyes from your graveyard during your end phase, which could be really good. And I was thinking that the longest time. And literally, like, that's probably the smartest thing to do, and would help with the consistency, and I might need to change a link. Maybe not a link, but I need to really look at my stuff, especially when it comes to the singles, at least figure out how to do that stuff. But there was a moment that in today's tournament that by having baby and using it to destroy by battle to summon a Red Bead Dragon, I was able to do some things, and just in that one specific moment, I was able to do some things and stuff to get ahead or make combos. Excuse me, I forget how it happened, but there was a moment that baby helped in play too. But alternative Red Eyes alternative Black Dragon really did good in this deck the whole time. But there was a moment that baby really helped too, and I wonder if taking baby out to put in Wyvern is the best idea. I would have to exploit that a little bit as to what I can actually do with Tempest and Red Eyes Wyvern in my deck instead of running baby, because in a way you might not even be using Wyvern at all for any reason for Tempest, or using Red Eyes Wyvern's effect in general. But you might, because I remember reading a part of it where it's like you send this and a wind type monster or whatever, you're supposed to summon some kind of dragon. I don't remember if it was out of your deck or whatever. So that, like I said, just that one thing might help a lot more. And I honestly do feel like that is what you want to do. Which helps because, Red Eyes Baby Dragon is an expensive card anyway for you who might be willing to build a Red Eyes deck very similar to this. But anyway, I have to explore it a little bit still, but I am ready to put a video of my Red Eyes deck profile finally, and I hope you guys understand it. I hope if you are willing to build it or look into it, you like it a lot. I was running Call by the Graves, but I recently put in 2 Phantasmes in there, which all day today, that was the one card that, yes, I definitely could have been sending to Graveyard, bringing it back just to have it on the field for the negates. It being a level 7 dog, 2400 attack, I could have done a million things with it. I was only playing one in my deck, and the other card was impermanent to replace that other Phantasme, because I just got the second Phantasme today. I traded in the Alti to get a cheaper price on the Phantasme for like $60, which was worth it to me. So I did that, and now I have 2 Phantasmes, so I'm going to explore with that more too. But all day today, I could have had Phantasme whenever I wanted in every round. I just chose not to play it at all. So, that being said, what I was able to do today, you could almost put anything in replace of that Phantasme spot, even both of them. I have my side deck of Naboo and everything. If you just want to splash those guys in them, I say go ahead. Might not be the best idea though, but considering the fact that I have Phantasme in there as a level 7 monster, it would probably be good to just, but see, he's supposed to summon out of hand, so if you, so you want to make sure you can have something on there you can summon, special summon, if you were going to use it as another monster extender of a high level. I can't really think of what would be the best except Black Flare Dragon. Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon would probably be the one card to replace that Phantasme with, because it is a new monster and stuff. But I already have one in my deck, so running 2 of them would not be the best idea. So like I said, you might, even if it's just an Ash Blossom or whatever, what you can do is one Pangotops. The alternatives to the Phantasmes is like, but yeah, like I was saying, as far as level 7s, I would put in Ceratops, Assassin of Thunder, trying to think, I know there's one other thing below 7. I can't remember what the other one was. But either way, Assassin of Thunder or Pangatops are 2 good level 7s in replace of that. So, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and support. And I will upload that deck profile very soon. So keep your eye out on that one. Alright everybody, thanks for watching.